Okay, we're live. I need to clean up the microphone a little bit. The camera. I mean, maybe I should get a camera. I think I need to start streaming more often. I think it'll be fun. Okay. Cool. Let's get to work. So, let's see. I'm gonna get a granola running. Take some notes here. And let's see. I'm gonna share. Should I share my entire screen? I don't think I should. Let's just share a web browser. And I'll kind of explain, what I'm going to do. I wish I could see my camera in the corner, but this would be good. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure. I can't test my audio here. I would love to be able to test my audio. Input volume. So we can increase. Is that the gain? I don't really know. All right, let's get to work. So I'm gonna open up my notes here. I'm not sure actually what I'm gonna need. Did that need to schedule it? So let's solve a couple bugs. I've noticed several. Subject line only saves on save, close not guaranteed. To debounce, let's open up our pull requests. Subject line after plan, that has not been tested. Alt for cached images, that has not been tested. The library could be a fun little project to build. Okay, so subject line after plan. Let's generate the subject line after we generate the plan, because currently we're waiting on that. Yeah, we're just throwing away currently the plan subject line. Okay, first let's check if this is gonna So subject line after plan and cache alt. So cache alt, we can go ahead actually and test that with a new brand. Oh, what was the brand? We're going to test. Okay, so let's create a new brand. And that's going to be Miros Dessert. It's a Romanian charity, actually. It's kind of nice. So, I really do think that having the ability to click on this and see the live progress of what's happening during the brand creation would be really nice. I think that would be really nice. Let's, while we're waiting on that, optimize the metadata of our stream. So okay, cool. So that brand got created. Oh yeah, I should probably fix. I should probably fix the grammar in my title. I like that. Cozy coding stream. That seems fine. Should we update the cozy coding screen? More searchable / practical, building a Shopify AI email AI agent, abandoned cart, and welcome flow. I think live coding. Yeah, that seems fine. Nice. Who doesn't love brackets? I don't know how to build, how to add an overlay during stream when using YouTube's webcam stream functionality. Yeah. Yeah, that's boring. I don't want to do that today. So we're going to go no overlay. And let's incorporate our logo. Finder, so useless. Okay. So no. Select a text and hover it, and it has a lot of padding. Okay. Okay, so here is a text that's selected and I hover it. Here's one with a lot of padding. I select it and I hover it. Okay. Okay, our brand was created and it selected the right logo. We do need to figure out. Okay, beautiful. This is cache alt. So let's check on our assets. Oh, I got a lot. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. It was. Oh, I don't remember. Let's find that out. MT Casson. This is the one. We want to make sure that all of these are going to get alt text. Okay, cool. This is good. Let's use this. Okay. Okay, let's see now if we got the images, the image descriptions that we want. These should have hit 18 unnamed. That's so silly. All right. Okay, that's good. 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 All of those hit. That's great. Let's check our logs. Okay, let's see. Okay, none of these are cache hits. So let's try that again. Took 74 seconds. Yeah, we have good alts for all of these, so that's good. Yeah, nice. Okay. All right. And that one was faster. So let's see if we got cache hits on that. Cached. Yes, cached image. Good. Okay, so that bug is validated. So let's squash that and merge. Merge to main. keep an eye on our deployments. Okay, that's merging. So now subject line after plan. Let's go ahead and ask our AI. All right. So for this one, we should be able to create an email. So let's create an email for MT Casson. Love it. So this company creates lesbian medical romance books. MT Casson. They're a Shopify store, so we love that. So I'm gonna look on, watch some logs here on my side, and I'm looking for MD Gen. Oh, that's next. Okay. Okay. Unknown if this works. That's a perfect pull request name, right? Okay. Yeah, so we're still creating this email. Let's see, are we done yet? We are. Yes. Excellent. Okay, so actually this is a really nice result. Immediately I'm looking at the score Strong, cohesive email perfectly nails the brand tone and visual identity for its niche audience. Soothing color palette creates excellent readability. Drive policy page. That's so funny. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sends to bundle. Excellent. Okay, let's compare this. Honestly, pretty accurate. Okay. I'm going to send this to the client. You know, I think they're going to be happy to see this email, honestly. It's pretty good. So again, this is a Shopify brand that sells lesbian, medical, romance dramas. And this is a marketing email that is created for that brand. And I think this is a pretty good, this is exactly how it came out, you know. I haven't made any edits here, and I'm pretty happy with this. Let's share this. I think this is worth sharing with the client. Oh, maybe it's too large. I need to resize it down. It's only 800 kilobytes, not even a megabyte. But that worked. Okay, great. So I think that bug is validated. We're still doing early SL. This blocks the initial response while waiting for the subject line to generate. So in particular, what that is when I click create, it is creating a subject line in the background, and we're actually blocking on that. We're actually blocking on that subject line generation. So we don't need to wait for that SL because I don't even think we're using it later. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good because we're not, the SL, the subject line that we're going to generate, it's actually, this should come from the email plan. This is so funny. I'm going to share with my friend this. It's just a funny brand, you know, like, and I guess it's not funny for the people who are interested in this stuff. And that's one of the cool things about doing this is, like, I would never think about lesbian focused medical romance drama. I've never read a lesbian-focused medical romance drama. I've never seen one. That demographic, and I think they're doing very well. It's kind of fun. One of the things I think about AI development nowadays is it's so funny. One of the things I think about AI development nowadays is that changes just get lost. Like that used to be a thing when every line of code was written by an actual person. Losing a change is like very rare. But nowadays, even in our in our code base, we're just basically vibe coding everything. So sometimes your changes just get lost. I try to practice good habits by creating a branch for every dedicated change, but that leads to, that can create more trouble than it's worth. You get separation of different changes, but if you're not careful, then changes can get abandoned on a branch or something like that. Okay, I gotta read through these commit messages here. SL after plan. Yeah, I think, yes, please do. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a second for this change to be validated. Honestly, I mean, maybe I should do more in-browser development. I know Cursor, maybe Claude has like Claude Code Web. That's embarrassing. I just missed my mouth. But I use Cursor on the desktop, and maybe I should just share that. I'll just share that window instead. We're going to share Cursor now. Cool. So I tried, I try to actually read the code, PB and J on Italian. Who doesn't love peanut butter and jelly? I certainly do. It's kind of an American thing, Bryson Tiller. What do you think? Some background music? I've never heard this song. Trap Soul, though. I like the idea of it. Pretty solid, actually. That's cool. Hmm. Actually, I don't know if you can hear this well, but I like R&B, I like soul, and I like chill music. Okay, I try to read through the code. you know. nice. It should, so this LLM call should literally just extract in a structured way the result from a previous LLM call. So it should be very simple. Extracted SL extracted dot subject on your input. Good. Don't. One of the annoying things is Gemini 2.0. We're not going to use Gemini 2.0. That's an outdated model. We don't need that. Look at this. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to get out. We don't need that anymore. We'll just there's a lot of color. So, and then, I like to add, I'm not sure. Yes. So this is me being lazy. I'm trying to not think myself, and asking the language model to think for me. Because, this music, I don't even know actually if you can hear it. If the mic is picking it up. I'm not really set up on OBS. We'll see. Okay. That's a bit aggressive. I'm going to switch to Spotify. Literally brown noise. Probably the mic does not pick that up. Low risk. Extraction fails, falls back to placeholder. That's not great. There should be no result.title. How about we have extraction not fail? That would be good. That's good. Also good. Plan could skip subject line. Where does it say inspired by? No. I don't like. Let's not do that. Okay, plan exists. No. Returns null and uses a placeholder. Why wouldn't the plan exist? If we've done a good job, the plan will exist. cursor if you're listening. I have some feedback. I'd like to just see the most recent change. I don't. Yeah, not optional. Not optional. That's good. The plan will exist. If the plan exists but doesn't contain clear SL/preview, in my opinion, we should create a reasonable one anyway. It is important to have NSL. Yeah, so to reorient ourselves, we're looking at creating a subject line for an email as part of the email creation process. And this is pretty easy coding, really. The placeholder is a terrible subject line. Yeah, I mean, you know, if present. That's good. 50. 51. It's raining here, so it's pretty good. New Year's Eve, 5 o'clock. It's already dark. Pitch dark almost outside. The next bug we have to solve is a lot more complicated. That's a higher risk change. I'm gonna have to have my game face on for that one. At some point, I'm gonna start actually just creating emails, but for now, I'm gonna continue fixing bugs. I tend to be a little careful, but I just know that the LLMs can sometimes just get a little wild. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and commit those, and then we can test 5 files changed. Remove pre-QSL generation. So we're gonna not do any. Ooh. Okay. Thank you, Cursor. I agree. It's a good question. The entire, oh no, the entire email generation fails. Okay, yeah, let's alert Slack critical if that happens. Please failure of either plan generation or XML extraction. We should know. We should know if that happens. Yeah. New email. Check out what we have for you. That's not good. I'm gonna pump the brown noise a little bit. I don't know why it's called brown noise. It's kind of Brownian noise or red noise. I like red noise. Well, red noise does not sound relaxing, but Brownian notion. Hence its alternative name of random walk noise. That's funny. I don't like that assertion. So random walk noise is stochastic noise. Red noise is stronger in longer wavelength, similar to the red end of the visible light spectrum. When heard, it has a damped or a soft quality compared to white and pink noise. The sound is a low roar, resembling a waterfall or heavy rainfall. See also violet noise, which is a 6 decibel increase per octave. Interesting. Never heard of violet noise before. Okay. Let's see here. Seems fine. So now we're gonna come back to testing. And let's do a different Let's do a different brand than our previous brand. So what we're looking for is a faster initial queue appearance. So let's do Miros, which is a Romanian charity. Shout out to Miros Dessert. I don't speak Romanian, so I have no idea if that's correct. Help a family in need today and receive a special discount on your first donation. That does not literally make sense, because how can you have a discount on a donation? But we'll roll with it. So that was fast. That was pretty quick. That transition from clicking button to seeing that email in the queue. That's good. That's what we're looking for. That's very fuzzy evaluation, if that worked. I'm just checking in Slack as well. So good. I'm honestly kind of blown away. I love this. Copy generated that. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good hero image for that last email. It's medical. It's literate. This text is a little dense. 3 lines for the headline, a sub headline, and a call to action button that is not very well designed. But this on the right is very good too, and I think these are accurate details. So I'm pretty happy with that. Emails, they take a little while to generate because we do a lot of steps in the background. Okay, good. That deploy. So now we should get a Slack alert on failure. So this is removing this. I guess we got rid of a space. I don't love that, to be honest. Okay, here's a new hero image. That looks a little stressful, but hope comes in a package. That's a brand asset. Here's the brand asset that's generating based off of first the logo, and then this image. Cute kids. But yeah, obviously not a beautiful asset, but hopefully authentic. Yeah. Look, if we were doing this again, we would pan the camera down or crop out the roof a little bit. AI is getting better every day. Probably this should be written in Romanian. And actually that's something that we could put in our brand crawl is target language. That's a nice idea. I'm going to write that down. Because you don't want to have to prompt it every time. In brand crawl, target language. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Unknown if this works. How do you like my pull request title? Update chat title. Do we want that? Yeah, extract the schema. extract the subject line. Email batch, warning, alert failed. When your alerts are failing, you're in trouble. I don't like that assertion. But if this fails, then we are going to catch it and alert. Plan generation or other critical step. Okay. We got rid of this. We're not generating SL, and that's why it was a little faster. Okay, that worked. We want to see an SL and a preview text here. That is honestly a pretty ugly image. And then look at this. We got to look into this. That's going to be the next bug we solve. We generated this brand and we chose a suboptimal background color for our logo. That's much better. But look at this. We also have, I'm going to write both of these down. Border radius on header logo. Never. And background color choice for header logo. Better. But we have preview text and SL. Now the thing is though, we still have redundancy here because we're generating SL ideas as well. We could just choose the first SL idea as our subject line. That's entirely, like, we can do that. We can do that if we want to. Not a super high performing. Dilutes the strongest conversation hook, the donation match, that's the discount, by bearing details and lacking urgency markers like a deadline. The visual narrative, I would not say is generally strong. I think this is not the most attractive email. And the other thing is, it inverted the background and body. Double your kindness today. Okay, well, I think this change looks okay. So let's merge. Now, let's go back to our brand crawl and make it better. We'll come back to this. Okay. Okay, let's focus on, let's get back to our recent merge, and then check out our header background color selection. So we do a new branch. Alright, generating our header our brand logo background color. So currently we are choosing bad colors. Exhibit A. That's so bad. We chose this color. It is not a good color. For this logo. Two things. One, is it working as intended? Should we change or improve our logo background color selection criteria? Two, should we provide, would it be too expensive from a performance perspective to provide an LM with 3 choices for ideal logo background color? Body background, aka brand color, card, card. Unfortunately, it is named card. Foreground text color and brand primary color. Ideally, we would provide an image with each of these colors behind the logo, and the LM could decide which is best, but that may not be realistic for cost versus time. Okay. There is a fundamental card error. Okay. That's very bad. And in this case, yeah, no verification, the primary contrast. And in this case, card and the logo are kind of fine. Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Primary foreground would honestly probably often be a good contrasting choice. Can we? Yes. Quick question. How can we create an image for the LLM to look at that includes the background color of choice behind the logo? That's so cool. Yes, do it. Kind of sounds like I'm in an airplane right now. So, let's see. So we're choosing background colors for brand logos. So when we create a brand in Copy, we're going to grab their logo from their website. And sometimes we need to choose a good background color. But the issue is the background color we're choosing is the primary color for the brand right now. And that is obviously going to often be low contrast against the logo because often the primary color is in the brand logo. So we're doing this cool thing where we're going to take candidate colors and put them behind, put the logo image on top of it. It's going to put the candidate colors behind the logo and then ask an LLM to evaluate which one is the best color combination, high contrast, and aesthetically pleasing. And Cursor is going to test this for us. So it's creating a test script. And hopefully this will work. I don't know if it will. This is our third time. This is our third time attempting this change. I did it originally a couple days ago. it didn't work. But this is, this is fun. Like the next bug that we have is structural. It's a structural bug, and it's going to be a bear. It's going to be a pain to fix. Let's see what it did. Yeah, that's better. So like the best background color for the logo header. This is so cool. So we have this sharp library, so kind of an image color library, and it has the ability to flatten an image into color so that it just creates a new image buffer that contains the image on top of the background color. So basically creates a new image, superimposing our logo on top of a selected color. It's particularly for transparent images, PNGs or SVGs. Hopefully it works with all appropriate file formats. Oh, sick. Cool. So here we can see is that bad? I don't think that's bad. That's fine. It is visible, it's just a bad logo. Good, 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 good. But these are all monochromatic logos. Let's try with this here. See what's going on. Just if there's any bugs, if there's any issues. I do so much logging to Slack. Slack is now my kind of dashboard where I can see every user action that takes place. let's see, I don't know, sometimes this is going to be honestly not a very useful software because I can't read them. But let's see. Sharp is the color image library. Okay, let's switch back to web. Okay, so now so this is header, background, logo, select. So we are select good color to go behind the brand logo, so it's visible. That's currently building. We'll be able to test brand creation in basically a production-like environment. And we want to test this brand. And you know what? I usually don't do this. It's too big of a change. That's not too. I was going to say we could create the preferred language in our brand and save that, and then include that in email generations. Honestly, that would internationalize our app in one fell swoop. Because honestly, most of these, it's a good question though. Like the user's going to need to be able to change it if they want Romanian or English or whatever it is for their emails. Okay, this should be done. Terminals. Here we go. It's almost done. Okay. Now let's create this new brand. We're gonna Giros. And I think, I really do think that it would be cool to be able to click on this and see live what's happening, especially for brand. You can click on Q to see updates of what has happened so far. The screenshot, the color palette, the logo, the brand description. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, black. That's a pretty good choice. Result black. Only primary foreground provides visibility. Diff 4. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna result in some very visible. So let's see what an email looks like created. But this is an improvement. This would be an improvement. Okay, I don't speak Romanian. Let's see how this goes. While that's going, let's just assume that this is going to work and merge our pull request optimistically. Quick message to the co-founder. So let's see here what's going to happen. I would love to restyle this page. I think what would be cool is if the sidebar is boring. It's unstyled, right? It's just basic, monochromatic. You get the Kopi logo, that's it. Maybe you should even show your logo up here. But all of this stuff should be styled to feel like your brand, Should feel like the little home for your brand. We should dynamically style this page. We should dynamically style this page to feel like your brand's little email home. I think that'd be dope. That's actually a really good image. Let's take a look at this image. So this is I love it actually. I love the frame. Okay, that's the logo. That's the inspiration image used. And that's so good. That's so good. That's so much better than the other one that we generated. This is the other one we generated. And it had the same inspiration images. Sometimes trying twice just really works. Same inspo images. Result. I mean, this is a little bit. But I want the language to be in Romanian. It's a Romanian brand. I think adding default language to the brand could be worthwhile. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, so I'm not sure if we should use foreground as a background color. In my opinion, the art direction on this email needs some work. Let's see what the art direction. Adopt the visual style compassionate realism. Page background F5, body background F. Yeah. but it is visible. So I guess that is an improvement. But I'm just going to come in here and change this. But it's much better than an invisible one. So let's change our default. And white is actually what we want. But for this, yeah, we want white. For this email, we want it to blend. That's so cool, actually, though. Like, look at that little frame. Wait, is that in? It is. Yeah, that's great. Classy job. Pretty impressed by that. Copy does not like this email that Copy created. Jarring mismatch between the hero English and body content Romanian. Yeah. Rewrite. Let's see what happens. Rewrite in Romanian language. Change nothing else. Usually the change nothing else will work. It usually will create a good result. It'll take like 30 seconds for this image to generate. Yeah. Now, of course, Romanian, I guess, is a little bit more of a verbose language. The text takes up more size than English. But if you're going for an email in Romanian, I don't love the color switch there, but it did its best. If you're not going to change the font size, at least you have high contrast. That's great. I kind of love it. It's not a premium looking email. It's not, but we're working with the brand. We're just having fun now. So redo in premium looking dark mode, pitch, black background. Why not? We'll see how that goes. Okay, that change is good. Now we have a tough bug. To solve. I don't even remember what the bug was. Oh, now I do. Now I remember. Alright, I'm going to close out these tabs. Really do background color changes, so I've got some feedback on that. Okay, now the bug so is for Mirai. Mirai is one of our clients, and they make soap for old people. And the issue that we're going to solve. This is the issue we're going to solve. It's an empty email. This is one of the worst things that can happen. It's better for an email to fail than for an email to generate just this. To go to an email and have it be empty, it's so bad. And what we have is something like a parser issue. So the LLM wrote, call it tip-tap JSON, a certain data structure, and we couldn't parse it correctly. Hang on, I'm gonna run that out. Can't believe I wasn't even running the app right now. I was doing all this development and I was just testing against the preview environment URL. So I was kind of testing in prod a little bit. Okay, empty generation. To be honest, I don't even know what proposed solution was to this, but the LLM generated something. So that's the issue. Yeah, you can see at 15, it's a terrible score. Critical failure in execution. I agree, Kobe. I agree. Appears to be an unfinished template fragment. Just roasting it. 15 out of 100 needs were brutal. But I can't argue with you. Okay, so let's see. So here's our original, HTML. And I think we have a div here, yeah. So the thing is, so this is what's invalid. That's causing a cascading failure. We don't just skip it. We don't just ignore it. It basically causes the parent HTML to not even render this card section to not even render. So we end up with just the banner and the header. And that's it's a hallucination. We ask for no divs. But sometimes we get them. I think Gemini in particular is a little bit of a misbehaving model at times. It will be a little too creative. Yeah, and I don't know why it doesn't use divider like we say in the prompt, like you have a divider. You can use this divider powerfully. It's funny. That's the issue. Just that little 2 lines of code. And we have 2 major issues. The first is that this happened at all. That's not acceptable. But the second issue is that we did not alert Slack when this happened. So luckily I was the one who created this email, but if it was somebody else, we wouldn't even know about this failure. I don't like that. So that was the 2 things we tried to fix. Is first, to parse that well. And the second is to alert if it happens. Alright, so now let's go back to cursor. We know what the issue is. And now let's solve it. First, let's figure out. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Found the issue. Container gets top, bottom, left, right. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. This is our asset. Yeah. Name generation instructions. I don't even know where this chat is. That's honestly unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Okay. We're gonna recreate the div. So cursor can see it. Okay, restore stage. Okay. Let's review the current changes that were made to fix the issue of blank generation. Seems it was caused by Gemini writing a div on and caused a critical failure of email rendering. So I'm just going to copy the HTML as a reference for the LLM. Yeah. So one of the reasons I like Cursor actually better than Cloud Code is Cloud Code, you, as far as I know, cannot provide screenshots, and like so much stuff is visual, you know, when you're doing app dev. So I like to use Cursor because I can provide images. And I don't know also where Cursor's old chat for this went. I don't know where it went, but that's okay. I created a branch for this, but I went ahead and reset the state so that the diff is visible, the get diff. I believe Cursor can look at the get diff. I believe Cursor can look at the get diff. At least I hope. It's thinking, but honestly, we might be close to out of credits when this has happened before. Planning for a long time is when we get almost out of credits, which I have like the most expensive Cursor plan. So do better, Cursor. I don't know what's going on. Close and reopen Cursor. But the same thing's happening so far. Oh, here we go. Invalid div element. Yeah, get long. Honestly, I may have gotten it into trouble. It's funny, it's looking for the get head. Okay. God, I love AI. It's so cool. It's so cool. Like, the amount of effort this would have required 5 years ago is extreme. Mapping div to horizontal rule is reasoning. It is reasonable, but I'm actually not sure. Like in this specific case, but what if it wrapped a section in a div, right? So like, in this case, the LLM was using a div as, but what if LLM wrapped a full section in a div instead of using it as a, okay. So first explain simply what change was made and how the behavior. This is a tough bug. This is our final boss for today, I think. This is our final boss for today because this one, if we get it, it's hard to test because it happened early. If we get it wrong, everything breaks in our app. And it's subtle. It's not a simple solution. Okay. unless the children of the div. There are none in this case, but there could be perhaps a section is think through pros, cons, risks, and approaches. We don't necessarily need a more known strategy. I mean, it's okay to just skip divs. What we don't want to do, we can skip divs, but we need to alert flag. It shouldn't happen. Okay. Entire transformation failed, that's right. It gave up. Okay. We always want longest lag. Anytime something like this happens. Okay. This will work. Alters horizontal. Yeah, that is. Yeah. Unwrap div, keeping children, nothing renders. Yeah. Children preserved. Yeah. Heuristic, smart detection. That's not great. That's interesting. Heuristic unwrap, that's what you're recommending? That's so complicated. That's a complicated solution. So what this is saying is we should somehow try to detect what kind of content is inside of the div or the div is supposed to be. That's not that heuristic. The heuristic is an if statement. If it has children, unwrap it. If it doesn't have children, it's a horizontal rule. The thing is, like, even this, it's funny, empty style divs, like the div in question here, so the actual div in question here, I guess it is an empty div. Here's the div in question. So it is an empty div. It doesn't have any children. But if it wrapped a section, then we would not want to lose the children. Anything it wraps. Right? This is currently what it did. That's the hallucination. Okay. Yeah, get rid of the div. Get rid of the div. Get rid of the div. Yes. Okay. Yes. Good. If it has children, unwrap it. If not, becomes HR. This is okay with me. Let's also alert Slack if this happens. Delete. And when we create like this, honestly. I think if it has children, we should ignore it. Should we ignore it? This is tough. This is what makes this bug difficult. Because what if the children are invalid? Now we need recursion. Introducing sounds risky is not automatic. Might be better to alert Slack and skip the children if they're children. We will automatically check the children are valid nodes of their div. It's gonna queue. I hope, I hope that this is going to be handled already. Safety first, for sure. Okay. The recursion's automatically. Let's see. Okay, and let's be clear that in this case, a div appears and we throw out the div's parent. We throw out the div's parent. We don't just throw out the div. To alert Slack and skip them or keep any valid siblings. We don't want to throw out the parent of an invalid node to it. We are in the New Year's Eve bug hero's journey. We are battling the dragon right now in the castle. This is the pinnacle. I wish Cursor made it easier to see the thinking, but I do love to be able to see the thinking. And that's something that Kopi you can't do. Like Cursor could be working for 10 minutes, but you're never bored. You're never bored because it's showing you what it's doing. In fact, it's like, I'm trying to keep up. If you want to watch, if you're curious, you can watch and see what's happening. Okay, chromatic. on the tag map. Error bubbled up, parent failed, blank render, first fix, div horizontal rule, div map to horizontal rule. Children silently lost. Caught and filtered out. This is what I want to make sure. Okay. Don't throw. Wait, but let's. Yes. Yes. But not a wait. We should fire and forget. And actually, it's good. We're gonna have a denouement after this. We're gonna fix one more bug, and then we can start creating emails. And actually, that's perfect because I'm gonna do a stream after this that's more e-commerce focused, and then I'm just gonna be creating emails. It's pretty smart. It's honestly, it's not, knock on wood, that's metal. Hopefully not famous last words. That complicated. Like, I can do this. Okay, how can we be sure of this? In production, I mean, honestly, Gemini doesn't hallucinate a dev that often. I really want to see it in the editor after generating with a div in various forms. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and add works translate div into wait. XML editor's debug view. That's so funny. What near? Not gonna do that. We're just gonna hope that this works. All we're gonna do, and we're gonna test it. I might ask